CBS Young and the Restless spoilers recap 30s, the 23rd of July, 2026. Welcome back to our channel, fellow Y&R addicts. It is a wild, beautiful day, but the drama in Genoa City is absolutely off the rails right now. We have so much to unpack today, and honestly, my blood pressure is through the roof. Grab your coffee or your wine because we need to talk about the latest twists. So let's just dive right into the madness. I cannot handle what they are doing to Nikki Newman. I just can't. The bandage removal scene, gut wrenching, absolute pure agony to watch. You see Victor standing there trying to play the supportive, devoted husband, and Nikki just nothing. Darkness. She is completely blind. And the doctors are standing around in that sterile hospital room throwing around the word temporary, but we all know how soap operas work. Temporary could mean 2 weeks, or it could mean 2 years. I mean, I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen Nikki Newman go through absolute hell. I have seen her battle multiple sclerosis. I have seen her fall off the wagon and fight her way back from the darkest depths of alcoholism. I have seen her manipulated, lied to, and pushed to the absolute brink. But this physical vulnerability is breaking her, and it is breaking me. And her family, they are driving me insane. Everyone is hovering around her, telling her to stay positive and look on the bright side. I mean, what bright side? She literally cannot see. I don't blame her for snapping at them. If one more person tells Nikki to smile through this trauma, I might actually throw my remote at the TV. Because let's be real, Nikki is surrounded by people, but she has never been more isolated. She is trapped in her own head in the dark, and Victor is over here acting like he hasn't been plotting against Jack and harboring Patty Williams. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Nikki's blindness. It's brilliant acting by Melody Thomas Scott, but it is absolute torture to watch. Let's really break down Nikki's psychology. She is a proud, fierce woman. She doesn't want pity. She hates pity. And yet, every time Victoria or Nick looks at her, it's just pure, unfiltered pity. Even though she can't see their faces, she can hear it in their voices. She can feel the heavy, suffocating weight of their sympathy. And Victor, oh my God, Victor is using this. We all know he manipulated her into signing away her Newman Enterprises shares while she was drugged up and terrified a few weeks ago. So him standing there, holding her hand while the bandages come off, playing the devoted patriarch, it makes me sick. I know some people are loving this vulnerable Nikki era, but personally, I need her to get her sight back, figure out what Victor did to her company, and absolutely destroy him. But for now, she's just sitting in the dark, snapping at people who tell her to stay positive. Good for her, honest. Snap away, Nikki. You earned it. Because when you are the matriarch, everyone expects you to be the pillar of strength. But how can you be a pillar when you can't even see the floor you're standing on? She is allowed to be angry. She is allowed to scream. I just hope this temporary diagnosis is actually temporary, because I cannot watch my queen suffer like this for much longer. But honestly, Nikki's tragedy isn't even the thing that has me the most worked up right now. I need to scream about Phyllis Summers. What is Phyllis doing? I am screaming at my screen. She is actually genuinely falling for Matt Clark. Matt Clark, the man who tormented Nick, the man who's caused so much trauma to the Newman family, the man who is currently claiming he has amnesia, and Phyllis is just eating it up. She doesn't want him to leave Genoa City. So what does she do? She offers him a job. I can't believe they did that. Because what does Phyllis Summers do when she is faced with a walking, talking red flag? She doesn't just ignore the red flag. She knits a sweater out of it and wears it to town. She is actually genuinely offering Matt Clark a job. A job. Let that sink in. I mean, I know Phyllis has a history of making terrible self-destructive decisions when she feels alienated, but this takes the cake. Remember when they tried this redemption arc with the Fisher family? Yeah, it worked for Kevin and Michael, and I guess that's the angle the writers are going for here. If the Fishers can be redeemed, why not Matt? No, just no. Matt is a different breed of psychopath. Let's talk about Phyllis's mindset for a second, because I am trying so hard to understand her. She is looking at Matt, and she sees herself. She sees the town pariah. She sees someone everyone has written off as a monster, and she thinks, I can fix him, or at least we can be monsters together. It's this twisted sense of pity and kinship. She sees herself in his struggle to find a path, and it is such a complex, messy balancing act. And Matt, oh, he is playing her like a fiddle. He sees her pity, but he also knows how to validate her. He makes her feel like she is the only one who sees the real him. He appreciates that she wants to help him grow and be a better person. It is classic manipulation. But Phyllis is so desperate for an ally, so desperate to stick it to Victor and the rest of the town, that she is blinding herself to the danger. Nick is literally losing his mind over this. Nick is relapsing, threatening to kill Matt, and Phyllis is over here handing Matt a W-2 form and a 401k. Are you kidding me? It's a complex balancing act she's trying to pull off, but she is going to fall off the tightrope. I am dreading the moment Matt's amnesia magically disappears and he turns on her. But at the same time, I am totally here for the absolute chaos this is going to cause. I mean, Matt is actually convinced to stay because she won't stop him if he wants to leave. It's reverse psychology, and it's working. This is a new era for them, and the possibilities are terrifyingly endless. And then, as if that wasn't enough to spike my blood pressure, we have Tracy Abbott, sweet, pure, angelic. Tracy Abbott is out here doing the most dangerous, unhinged thing anyone in her family has ever done. I'm sorry, but Tracy is officially the most hardcore Abbott. Jack is at home playing the frail recovering patient. Kyle is off making reckless, brain-dead deals. And Tracy is scheduling a face-to-face meetup with a literal psychopath. Martin Laurent, I cannot believe she is actually doing this. Martin wants a favor. He wants to look Tracy in the eye before he gives up the information on Dr. Lawrence Markham. And Tracy, who just wants her family to be safe, who just wants to find Markham and end this nightmare, is agreeing to it. Let's remember the context here. Markham and Patty Williams kidnapped Abby and Dominic. Ashley had a complete feral breakdown. Diane is paralyzed with paranoia. The entire Abbott family is crumbling under the weight of this hostage situation and Markham's reign of terror. And Tracy is stepping up. She doesn't think it's going to be this hard, but facing Martin is going to bring up so much. Martin is a master manipulator. He is going to play mind games with her. But Tracy is willing to risk her own sanity, her own safety, to get the missing puzzle piece. I mean, remember when Tracy used to just write her books and bake cookies? Those days are long gone. She is the glue holding this family together. But I am terrified. Martin is not going to just hand over Markham's location out of the goodness of his heart. There is a catch. There is always a catch. He wants a favor in return, and with a psychopath like Martin, that favor could be anything. It could be deadly. I mean, seriously, think about it. The Abbotts want to find Markham on their own terms, but Tracy is bypassing all of that because she just wants to help them move on. She doesn't want to see Martin's face ever again, but she knows this is the only way. It is the final puzzle. If he gives them the information, they can finally end Markham's threat. But at what cost? I am sitting on the edge of my seat, biting my nails, waiting to see how this face-to-face goes down. Tracy is walking into the lion's den, and she is doing it with her head held high. So we have Nikki trapped in physical darkness, snapping at her family's toxic positivity. We have Phyllis willingly walking into emotional darkness, offering a job to a man who literally tortured her ex-husband. And we have Tracy bravely stepping into the literal darkness of Martin Laurel's twisted mind. It is a trifecta of incredible, anxiety-inducing storyline. I am typing this late at night. My hands are shaking, and I just need to know what happens next. Are we going to see Nikki get her sight back just in time to catch Victor? Is Phyllis going to realize Matt is playing her before he destroys her life from the inside out? Is Tracy going to outsmart a psychopath and save Ashley's family? Am I the only one who feels like Genoa City is about? Because the tension is unbearable. I know some fans are complaining about the pacing, but I am eating every single second of this up. The stakes have never been higher. Nikki's temporary blindness better actually be temporary, or I am writing a strongly worded letter to. And Phyllis needs an intervention immediately. Someone call Michael Baldwin, call Lauren, call anyone to stop her from hiring Matt Clark. And someone, please protect Tracy Abbott at all costs. She is a national treasure, and if Martin Laurel lays one finger on her, the entire Abbott family needs to go to war. Okay, I need to breathe. I need to calm down. But you guys get it, right? This is why we watch. This is why we invest years of our lives into these characters. Because when the drama hits, it hits hard. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is Nikki's blindness temporary? Is Phyllis making the biggest mistake of her life? And will Tracy survive her meeting with Martin? I need to hear your theories.